Archangel Michael says, the air around you has shifted and the ground beneath your feet is preparing a path for a return. The clock in the unseen has begun to move in a different rhythm and names you once buried have started to rise like smoke. You are not imagining the tug on your spirit because a door you thought was sealed is turning from the inside. You stood firm through storms that tried to empty you, and yet your roots drank courage from places you could not see. A familiar fragrance walks beside your shadow, and the echo of footsteps you once memorized follows your pace. A chapter that refused to close has been pressed open by an invisible hand that wants you to read one more line. Your heart has been faithful through silence, and your patience has been tested by delays that felt like dunes without water. Even so, a signal has been released, and it carries the shape of a face you know well. The reason for this return carries weight and consequence, and it will not come dressed in the softness of old memories. You will feel a vibration before the moment because the soul recognizes arrival long before the eyes confirm it. The pull you sense is not nostalgia, and it is not hunger for the past. The pull is assignment with edges that shine like steel beneath velvet. Type Amen to get blessing 333. Comment I received to anchor this message. The one who vanished learned lessons in dark rooms and now carries pockets filled with unspoken truths. They are stepping across a threshold because their season in the wilderness delivered a map with your name. The map does not point to romance alone, and it does not point to comfort alone. This return carries inventory like a merchant who has traveled long roads with a ledger pressed against the heart. The ledger holds balances that were never settled and words that were never released into the air. The ledger holds apologies and also intentions that are not yet fully healed. There is a message wrapped inside the journey like a letter sealed with wax that will only open in your presence. The letter was written by time and signed by consequence and stamped by truth. Until now, the letter refused to break because both of you were not prepared to hold what would pour out. The face approaching you has two sides, and both are real because every story has threads of light and threads of shadow. The light thread wants to repair what was broken and to return what was borrowed from your sleep. The shadow thread wants to test your boundaries and see if your walls still remember how to stand. Type Amen to get blessing 444. Comment I received to anchor this message. You will not be surprised by their voice because the tone still knows how to find your name. You will be surprised by the urgency that sits behind every syllable like an engine running under the hood. They are coming as a carrier of consequence and a collector of outcomes. Your spirit has been trained for discernment, and your eyes have learned to listen even when your ears are smiling. This is not about the past pretending to be new, and it is not about you becoming who you used to be. This is about a key finally being used in the correct door so that a long hallway can receive light. The reason under the surface moves like a river that looks gentle from above and carries power underneath. The river is guiding them to bring closure to a pattern that would not stop without a final conversation. The river is also testing your growth and requiring you to honor your boundaries with a steady voice. You are not required to shrink to meet this return, and you are not required to erase your progress to make room for old habits. You are required to stand in the truth you have earned through nights that were longer than they appeared. You are required to welcome clarity while guarding your peace like a rare perfume that cost you years to own. Type Amen to get blessing 555. Comment I received to anchor this message. There is a debt of honesty that must be paid, and it will be paid in full at your doorstep. The currency is confession and the receipt is the freedom that follows when the mouth finally aligns with the heart. The one returning knows this because silence has grown heavy and secrets have become expensive. You will notice how their eyes hold a small storm that refuses to pass without raining. The storm is not meant to drown you because you have learned how to build shelter with your words. The storm is meant to release weight that both of you were forced to carry when timing was unripe. A meeting like this changes the architecture of memory and it redraws the borders on maps you thought were final. You are being prepared to hold steady like a lighthouse that keeps shining whether the sea is calm or wild. Your glow will not be rented to guilt and it will not be sold to flattery. The reason has many layers and each layer will peel back with the heat of truth. Layer 1 is accountability because actions that wounded must be met by actions that heal. Layer 2 is restoration of dignity because your name deserves to sit on a chair that fits it well. Type Amen to get blessing 666. Comment I received to anchor this message. Layer 3 is release because not every tie must remain and not every door must stay open. Release does not mean bitterness because your heart is a garden that already chose growth over thorns. Release means understanding the design of your path and the weight your future is able to carry. You will feel the rhythm of purpose in your chest like a drum announcing a procession. The procession is not a parade of old days and it is not a mirror trying to hypnotize you with what used to be. The procession is an announcement that you have become the person you once prayed to meet. Expect signs to coordinate themselves like birds turning together without colliding. A song may find you in a place you did not plan to visit and it will pull a memory to the surface. An item you almost gave away will suddenly feel like a landmark that points to the meeting. The returner carries a motive wrapped in hope and wrapped in need and wrapped in strategy. Hope wants to say sorry with both hands and to mean it until the ground agrees. Need wants a safe harbor because the storm's known your kindness and it still shines like a lighthouse. Type Amen to get blessing 777. Comment I received to anchor this message. Strategy wants to test whether your gates are soft or strong and whether your resolve can be rented. Your resolve cannot be rented because you learned the price of peace and you keep the receipt close to your chest. Your gates are not made of anger because your kindness is not fragile. You will feel the old magnet try to rise and you will answer it with wisdom that smiles without surrendering your center. That wisdom speaks in sentences that land gently and stand firmly like stones warmed by sunlight. The magnet will respect the new gravity you carry. Archangel Michael says, your alignment is your armor and your clarity is your shield. When the old name knocks, let your peace answer before your memories step forward. When the old voice speaks, let your discernment translate before nostalgia tries to edit the truth. What returns now returns under heaven's observation and under the law of consequence that never sleeps. Nothing will be allowed to steal what you have repaired because your growth has a guardian that recognizes counterfeit. The tests will arrive, and you will pass them with the quiet strength you earned in secret. Type Amen to get blessing 888. Comment I received to anchor this message. You will notice how apology shows up wearing humility like a threadbare coat that still keeps the cold out. You will also notice how desire tries to borrow words from the past to make the present softer. You will keep your compass pointed toward wholeness because anything less cannot breathe in your atmosphere. This meeting is a junction where two roads touch and then choose their direction with mature eyes. The junction does not demand a merge, and it does not celebrate conflict because wisdom loves clean agreements. What matters now is the integrity of your next step and the peace that decorates your doorway. If reconciliation is written for you, it will come with accountability that does not require you to coach it. It will come with patterns transformed rather than promises decorated with sweet paint. It will come with actions that match words, like footprints matching the shape of the shoe. If release is written for you, it will carry gratitude for the lessons, and it will carry dignity for both names. It will leave the door free of scratches and the windows free of fog. It will bless and not bind, and it will end the cycle that tried to repeat itself without growth. Type Amen to get blessing 999. Comment: I receive to anchor this message. There is an inheritance of calm waiting on the other side of the conversation that is approaching. Calm does not mean silence, because truth has a voice and it deserves to be heard in daylight. Calm means your nervous system can finally put down the weight of unfinished business. Memories that once chased you will learn to walk beside you without pulling on your sleeve. The picture frames inside your mind will straighten themselves and the corners will stop curling. You will sleep without replaying scenes as if you were responsible for directing every actor. The person who returns is a messenger, even if they do not know they carry a message greater than themselves. The messenger carries a key that will either open a gate or lock a chapter for good. You are the one who chooses which gate or which lock, because your house belongs to you now. You have worked hard for this authority, and it shows in the way your heart no longer runs to fix what is not yours. Your strength speaks softly and does not need to shout, because authentic power is fluent without noise. Your eyes see clearly and your feet move deliberately. Type Amen to get blessing 111. Comment: I receive to anchor this message. As you prepare, gather yourself like a cloak that is fastened with intention. Keep close the truths you learned when you felt unseen, and remember how the light found you anyway. Hold your boundaries the way a musician holds rhythm, because the song depends on the beat. Clean the room where the conversation will happen, because order is a language your future understands. Open a window to let old air escape and allow new air to introduce itself without rushing. Place a glass of water on the table and let it reflect the steadiness you bring to this moment. Write down what you wish to release so the paper can carry what your body no longer needs to hold. Write down what you will accept so your tongue can speak it without trembling. Write down what peace looks like so your eyes can recognize it without confusion. The one approaching has met their own mirror, and it showed them a version they did not enjoy. The mirror taught them that choices are seeds and harvest cannot be negotiated. The mirror also taught them that love without respect is a room without oxygen. Type Amen to get blessing 222. Comment: I receive to anchor this message. They are returning for truth, even if their mouth still thinks it is returning for comfort. They are returning for closure, even if their mind still thinks it is returning for attention. They are returning for alignment, even if their heart still thinks it is returning for another chance. You will not be persuaded by old cosmetics, because your wisdom reads ingredients rather than labels. You will not be captured by sudden kindness, because consistency is the language your growth accepts. You will not be distracted by sudden emergencies, because panic cannot be your steering wheel anymore. Your forgiveness has already been chosen, and it lives in you like sunlight pouring through leaves. Forgiveness does not mean reopening every gate, because your safety matters to the destiny you carry. Forgiveness means your heart is not a prison and your future is not a hostage. If you welcome them into your space will remain yours because you learned how to host without surrendering your house. If you meet them at a distance, the distance will be honored because respect is a boundary that protects both sides. If you decide to end the chapter, the ending will be clean and the lesson will remain as treasure. Type Amen to get blessing 1010. Comment I received to anchor this message. You can expect signs of alignment when the correct decision stands in the room. Your breath will deepen as if your body recognizes a home it built with patience. Your mind will stop bargaining and begin agreeing with peace like a river agreeing with its banks. You can expect signs of misalignment when the wrong pattern tries to wear a new costume. Your chest will tighten as if your intuition is pulling the brake to protect the road ahead. Your nights will grow noisy again and your mornings will forget how to smile. Because you have matured, you will not be rushed even if the return arrives with urgency. You will let time reveal character the way dawn reveals the shape of mountains that darkness could only guess. You will let fruit speak for the tree because time always interprets roots. Archangel Michael says, "You are not alone in this crossroads and the unseen stands with you like a wall of calm." The guidance around you does not shake because it is built with materials that storms cannot borrow. Your path has a sentry who recognizes truth and opens gates accordingly. Type Amen to get blessing 1212. Comment I received to anchor this message. Prepare to release the need to be understood by everyone because your calling will not fit every conversation. Prepare to honor how far you have come because you climbed stairs no one else could see. Prepare to move forward with grace because grace remains your signature even when you say no. The one returning may carry gifts as evidence of change, but gifts do not equal growth. Growth is measured by consistency and humility and the courage to sit with discomfort without blaming others. Growth is seen when accountability becomes daily clothing rather than a costume for special moments. Your boundaries will not frighten the right intentions because honesty respects fences and knocks politely. Your boundaries will frustrate manipulation because manipulation prefers shortcuts and secret doors. Your boundaries will bless the future because the future flows best in clean channels. Stand in your new identity and let it speak before you do. Stand in your healed posture and let it teach your words how to walk. Stand in your quiet strength and let it become the atmosphere that decides every outcome. Type Amen to get blessing 1313. Comment I received to anchor this message. There is an assignment hidden in this return and it involves the restoration of your voice. Your voice now speaks with a tone that does not apologize for existing. Your voice now chooses clarity over chaos and truth over decoration. There is also an assignment for the one who returns and it involves learning how to honor what they once mishandled. If they embrace the assignment, transformation will follow them like a reliable shadow. If they resist the assignment, your peace will still remain untouched. You will know the difference between genuine change and temporary theater because your spirit has learned the script of truth. Genuine change uses verbs that show up daily and move furniture rather than rearrange pillows. Temporary theater uses dramatic declarations that glitter and disappear like confetti in rain. Protect your time and energy because both are currencies that determine what grows in your life. Protect your focus because focus is a garden where the future sows its best seed. Protect your compassion because compassion works best when partnered with wisdom. Type Amen to get blessing 1414. Comment I receive to anchor this message. When the meeting takes place, breathe slowly and let your words be measured like steps across a bridge. Remember the promises you made to yourself when the night felt longest and you chose growth anyway. Remember the lessons that rebuilt you and be proud of the architecture that now holds your days. Your story does not require you to be a hero for everyone because you are responsible for your lane. Your story requires you to be faithful with what is in your hands and careful with who has access to your table. Your story values peace over performance and depth over display. The one returning will feel the difference in your atmosphere and they will adjust or they will retreat. Either response will be information, and information is a blessing that helps you budget your heart. You will not chase because you no longer abandon yourself to prove worth to anyone. Take joy in the strength of your boundaries and the warmth of your kindness because both can live in the same house. Take joy in the fact that your future is not allergic to your no. Take joy in how effortlessly your spirit recognizes what feeds you and what drains you. Type Amen to get blessing 1515. Comment I receive to anchor this message. Do not rehearse speeches built from old pain because your mouth now produces fresh water. Do not rehearse fears that used to control your steps because your feet learned a new rhythm. Do not rehearse outcomes that punish you because your mind no longer rents space to dread. Rehearse truth until it becomes muscle memory inside every conversation you enter. Rehearse peace until it becomes the default setting of your nervous system. Rehearse gratitude until it becomes the rhythm that keeps your day bright. If you choose to walk forward together, let the path be written by mutual respect and daily effort. If you choose to walk forward alone, let the path be written by purpose and steady joy. In either case, you will not be diminished because your identity does not come from their choice. Your heart will prove that healing produces beauty that cannot be faked. Your calendar will prove that peace increases productivity without stealing softness. Your sleep will prove that alignment is better than adrenaline. Type Amen to get blessing 1717. Comment I receive to anchor this message. You are stepping into a season where your decisions teach others how to treat themselves. Your example will become a map for those who think strength must be loud to be real. Your example will become a refuge for those who want to love without losing themselves. The person returning is a chapter and not the entire book because your story holds many pages. A chapter can be honored without being extended beyond its purpose. A chapter can be precious without being permanent. You no longer carry the need to convince anyone of your value because your life already proves it. You no longer carry the need to revisit old corridors searching for answers that were found in the light. You no longer carry the need to relive storms to explain why you built a lighthouse. Gratitude will keep your hands open and wisdom will keep your gates measured. Joy will find places to grow in your routine and hope will learn your address. Love will arrive in forms that match your growth. Type Amen to get blessing 1818. Comment I receive to anchor this message. Archangel Michael says, the verdict is peace and it belongs to you. The way forward will reveal itself at the speed of integrity and the pace of truth. Your steps will not stumble because they are guided by alignment and guarded by grace. Expect the return to happen in a window that surprises your clock but honors your preparation. Expect your emotions to settle quickly because your This is a holy intersection where destiny corrects patterns and elevates perspective. You will remember it as the moment you chose clarity over comfort and future over familiarity. You will remember it as the moment your heart began to breathe without holding back. The reason for the return is not entertainment and not a test you can fail because you are already prepared. The reason is alignment and closure and the restoration of your voice to its rightful volume. The reason is the unveiling of truth so that love in your life can be honest and strong. Type Amen to get blessing 2020. Comment I receive to anchor this message. You are ready because everything behind you built the character inside you. You are ready because the light you carry does not flicker when the unexpected knocks. You are ready because your roots are deep and your branches are steady. Proceed with calm bravery and let peace conduct the meeting like a careful orchestra. Proceed with clear boundaries and let your yes mean yes and your no mean no in a voice that smiles. Proceed with honor for yourself and for the other person because dignity remains beautiful in every outcome. When the door closes after the conversation, your house will feel different and lighter. When the path opens in front of you, your stride will feel confident and measured. When the future calls, you will answer from your center and not from old wounds. This is the turning of a page and the brightening of a room. This is the sealing of a chapter and the blessing of a horizon. This is the moment your heart receives the harvest of its patience. Type Amen to get blessing 2424. Comment I receive to anchor this message. Let your day continue with simple joy and steady purpose because both are sacred companions. Let your night rest without replaying scenes because peace now carries the remote. Let your tomorrow greet you with fresh strength because hope planted flowers while you were speaking truth. Your name is being surrounded by favor that respects your boundaries. Your hands are being filled with opportunities that match your integrity. Your path is being cleared by winds that only blow for those who have learned to trust alignment. The returner will understand that your home is new even if the walls look familiar. The returner will recognize that your heart has been renovated and the blueprint is different now. The returner will decide whether to honor the blueprint or walk away, and both choices will bless you. Your future is wide and your pace is healthy and your joy is resilient. Your wisdom has become a friend that never leaves the room. Your peace has become the language your life speaks fluently. Type Amen to get blessing 2727. Comment I receive to anchor this message.